Hey, buddy, you want to tell me what's going on? Stop! Drop the knife, asshole!
Every Valentine's Day, a masked assailant known as the Hard Eyes Killer transforms romance into terror, stalking couples and leaving a trail of brutal murders. This year the violence continues, and no couple is safe. The film opens at a Seattle winery where Patrick proposes to Adeline. Overjoyed, she accepts, and Patrick asks his photographer, Nico, to retake the moment. While preparing for the shot, Nico is viciously attacked by the masked killer. Unaware of the nearby violence, Patrick and Adeline resume their celebration until Patrick, answering a phone, is struck by an arrow and killed. Adeline flees in panic, narrowly avoiding further attacks and finding temporary cover, but a call to her phone reveals the killer is tracking her. Wounded in the foot, she stumbles into the facility, witnesses the murderer kill a security guard, and is eventually discovered, captured, and locked inside a grape press that crushes her to death. Weeks later, the murders dominate the news as authorities urge residents to remain vigilant. Investigators note a pattern. The Hard Eyes Killer has previously terrorized other cities by targeting couples on Valentine's Day, suggesting a ritualistic method rather than random violence. Nearby, ad designer Ally McCabe stops at a coffee shop with her colleague and friend Monica, where she has a brief, awkward encounter with a stranger named Jay Simmons that leaves him with a bloody nose. As she departs, Ally hears a police bulletin warning couples to stay home on Valentine's Day. Back at the advertising agency, Ally's supervisor Crystal criticizes a perfume campaign Ally proposed, an ad featuring famously doomed lovers, calling it tone-deaf given the ongoing killings. To manage the PR fallout, Crystal introduces Jay as the company's new hire, brought in to help repair the damage. Detectives Zeke Hobbs and Janine Shaw arrive at the winery to investigate Patrick and Adeline's murders and recover a wedding ring from the grape press, deepening their suspicion that the killings follow a deliberate ritual. After Crystal humiliates Ally in front of the team, Ally steps away to collect herself and is interrupted by Jay, setting up further tension between the office drama and the mounting police inquiry. He invites her to dinner strictly for work purposes. Hesitant at first, Ally eventually agrees. Later, Monica takes Ally shopping for a new outfit. Over dinner they discuss Ally's habit of checking her ex online. Monica finds it odd, but Ally insists she's simply surprised at how quickly he moved on. She also tells Monica about the upcoming dinner with Jay, which excites Monica and prompts her to encourage a fresh look for the evening. That night Ally arrives at the restaurant to meet Jay. Security screens guests for weapons, reflecting heightened precautions after recent attacks. Jay arrives and speaks optimistically about love and finding the right person. Ally, still bitter and wounded by her breakup, exacerbated by seeing him with a new girlfriend on social media, responds with cynicism. The conversation sours, and a tense exchange ruins the evening. Frustrated, Jay decides to leave. Ally chases him to apologize and impulsively kisses him. At that moment she sees her ex Colin and his girlfriend Sienna approaching. To cover her embarrassment, Ally pretends she and Jay are a couple. During the ensuing conversation, Colin and Sienna mention they were meant to be on a double date with Patrick and Adeline, unaware of the pair's tragic fate. From a distance, the Hard Eyes Killer watches. After dinner, Ally and Jay share a ride home. Upon arriving at Ally's building she realizes she's lost her keys. The driver encourages Jay to ask her out. Motivated, Jay offers to help retrieve the keys. He breaks a window to gain access but badly cuts his hand. Feeling responsible, Ally invites him inside to treat the wound. As she bandages his hand, their conversation becomes personal. Ally opens up about her past and why she left school, and tension builds toward an intimate moment. Just as Ally moves to secure some personal items in her closet, her heart stops. Hard Eyes is already inside, waiting in the shadows. The killer lunges, Jay reacts and attempts to fight him off. Hard Eyes nearly stabs Jay, but Ally smashes a lamp over the attacker's head, creating an opportunity to flee. They rush out and lock the door, but the assailant persists. He stabs his knife through the door and then murders the driver outside. In the chaos Ally realizes a crucial detail: Hard Eyes targets couples. Desperate, She insists to the killer that she and Jay are not a couple and barely know each other, but the attacker is unconvinced. Ally and Jay run toward a park. Just when they think they've lost him, Hard Eyes reappears and knocks Jay unconscious. Now alone, Ally sprints toward a carousel, frantically seeking an escape. The killer catches her and grabs her, but she fights back and kicks him free, buying enough time to stumble away. Sirens wail, police arrive and Detective Hobbs announces that Hard Eyes has been captured. Relieved but shaken, Ally sees Jay in the back of a police car. Events take a shocking turn when Hobbs and Shaw mistakenly identify Jay as Hard Eyes, claiming to have found evidence linking him to the murders. Ally refuses to accept it. At the station, detectives interrogate Jay, accusing him of killing multiple couples. He insists he is innocent, frustrated and bewildered by the accusations. Outside the station, Ally encounters David, an IT specialist who recognizes her from a dating app. Unaware of what she has just endured, he attempts to flirt. Ally brusquely rebuffs him, saying it's not a good time, she's being hunted by a serial killer, before he walks away. He casually tells her to celebrate because Hard Eyes has been captured, but Ally remains unconvinced. When she searches the station for answers she finds none and, growing increasingly anxious, arms herself with an American flagpole for protection in case the real killer is still at large. Shaw and a station clerk arrive as she stands holding the pole. The clerk takes it from her to reassuredly calm her while Shaw begins a conversation. Before they can process anything, the station lights abruptly fail. Shaw steps away to investigate the outage, leaving Ally with the clerk, and a chilling scream echoes through the darkness. Hard Eyes has struck again, killing the clerk with the very flagpole Ally had held moments before. Panic erupts as Ally flees. The station becomes a hunting ground and, to make matters worse, Hard Eyes appears undeterred by the dark. Detectives rush in to confront him but are outmatched. Shaw is knocked unconscious while Hobbs is savagely slashed with a machete and finished off. With the officers down, the killer turns toward Jay, who is still chained in the interrogation room. Ally arrives just in time to free Jay, and the two barely escape the station. An oncoming vehicle speeds toward Ally in an apparent attempt to run her down, but Jay pushes her out of the way and saves her. With no time to recover, they sprint away as Hard Eyes relentlessly pursues them. They flee into a park crowded with couples, prime hunting ground for the killer. As people scream and scatter, Ally and Jay desperately seek concealment and hide inside a parked van that is already occupied by a couple engaged in intimate roleplay. The pair mistakes Ally and Jay for participants and unwittingly draws the killer's attention. Hard Eyes brutally kills them with a tire iron. Realizing they cannot keep running forever, Ally and Jay decide to stand and fight. Grabbing the tire iron, they confront the masked attacker in a fierce struggle. Ally bashes him with a propane tank, but Hard Eyes grabs her by the throat. Jay drives a machete into the killer's chest, finally bringing him down. Overwhelmed, Ally vomits onto the corpse. Jay removes the mask to reveal a man named Eli, an unconnected, psychotic murderer with no deeper motive. Medics arrive to treat Ally and Jay. Jay gives Ally his number before leaving, and Shaw, now conscious, offers Jay a ride to the airport for a friend's wedding. Ally returns home but senses something amiss. That night she calls Monica and admits she regrets not pursuing Jay, that she is beginning to have real feelings for him. Monica urges her to act. Motivated, Ally rushes to the airport and searches for Jay but cannot find him. Her phone then rings from an unknown number. She hesitates, answers, and hears a chilling voice, Hard Eyes, claiming he is still alive and holding Jay. He instructs her to meet him at the chapel if she wants Jay returned. At the chapel, Ally finds Jay and, in a shocking twist, discovers that Hard Eyes is actually David, the IT worker she had rebuffed earlier, and he is not acting alone. His partner is Detective Shaw. Together they form a twisted pair who derive pleasure from hunting and killing lovers. Eli had been a wannabe murderer seeking to join them. David forces Ally into an impossible choice: kill herself or kill Jay. Instead, Ally outsmarts them. She shoots Jay in the shoulder so the bullet strikes Shaw. David lunges, but Jay shoots an arrow through David's eye, sending him crashing into a fire. Ally confronts Shaw, stabbing her with a metal straw and ultimately impaling her on the sword of a St. Valentine statue. David makes a final attempt at violence but Jay finishes him with another arrow. A year later, Ally and Jay are alive and thriving. Their campaign is a runaway success and their relationship endures. Back at the same drive-in where they once fought for their lives, Jay suggests they move in together. Ally takes it further and proposes. He accepts and they kiss. During the credits, Ally receives a mysterious phone call. She hesitates, then answers. It's a friend who was hired to photograph the proposal. Just as she begins to relax, the call abruptly cuts off, leaving an eerie silence.